The Netflix series we are going to introduce today is The Last Dance. All of our team members like basketball, so we chose a masterpiece that contains the life of Jordan, GOAT of basketball. The Last Dance is a documentary looking back on Michael Jordan's playing career with a focus on the Chicago Bulls for the 1997-98 season. ESPN, an American sports media company, was given permission to exclusively cover Chicago Bulls, which was then a super popularity, and filmed it following the team throughout the season. The documentary format of the roughly 500 hours worth of unreleased footage details Jordan's final journey to victory with The Last Dance. Since its release, the title "The Last Dance" has had a great career regardless of sports, but retirement has become a household name that refers to legend's last challenge in the near future, and has made such a splash that it has led to a revival of sports documentary.
Before we take a look at Michael Jordan, The Last Dance, we would like to briefly learn who Michael Jordan was and why his documentary appeared. He is now more famous for his shoes, but his influences and presences in basketball history are so immense that only he can talk about the history of basketball. Michael Jordan is a former Chicago Bulls basketball player who is called the greatest athletic in American history, beyond the best in basketball history. For example, his number 23, which means nothing before Michael Jordan appearance, has become so important that since then the number 23 has been marked as the Jordan number by everyone who plays basketball. His nickname also indicated his greatness. MJ, Air, his airness, and Black Jesus are locally called nicknames in the United States, and he was called the Basketball Emperor in Korea. If you look back on his career, he has made 6 NBA final appearances and won all 6 of them, and he won 6 final MVPs in 6 finals. In addition, there are countless achievements he has made, including 5 regular season MVPs, 10 All NBA First Team, 1 All NBA Second Team, 14 All Star Player, 3 All Star Game MVPs, 1 NBA Defensive Player of the Year, 9 All Defensive First Team, 10 regular season top scorer, Rookie of the Year, and 2 Olympic gold medals. Not only was he amazing in skill, but he was also called the best player in his attitude toward basketball. He practiced harder than anyone else, practiced harder than in real match, and even loved basketball so much that he said, "I like basketball so much that I can play for no money." Based on this tendency, he exerted a huge influence as a leader of the team. His ability as a leader was great, but his fanatic obsession, desire to win, and radical attitude were also criticized by some players and fans. Despite his shortcomings, his charisma and leadership are highly valued. His teammates accepted him because he made demands on them to a higher level and exceeded this limit than he was harsh to them.
Jordan played baseball as a child and began playing basketball in high school. He was initially considered a first-year short guard. However, thanks to his hard work, by the time he was in his third year, his height had grown by 15 centimeters and he was a key player on the team. Afterwards, he moved on to the university, where he performed variously, including leading the team to the NCAA championship, starting his freshman year. and then finished his junior year. He was selected as a top 3 pick in the NBA draft. Afterward, in his first season, he received the Rookie of the Year award for his excellent performance. But despite Jordan's performance, the team lost in the playoffs. In his second season, he broke his foot after just 3 games. Coming into the second half of the season and barely sending the team to the playoffs, there despite Jordan's record of scoring the most points, the team loses. The next season, despite being selected as the top scorer, the team still performed poorly. The next season, the team was revitalized by recruiting rookies, and Jordan was selected as the first MVP. However, in the playoffs, they faced a strong team and lost. After that, Jordan continued his performance but lost to the same team for 3 years in a row. However, in the 1991 season, they finally beat that team and advanced to the finals and won. Afterwards, they achieved the great feat of winning the playoffs 3 years in a row. However, Jordan's father is murdered by a robber, and Jordan retires from basketball. A few months later, he suddenly emerges as the major leaguer his father had hoped for.
When Jordan returned to the field of basketball again, he progressively improved in the first game, advancing to the playoffs. However, he ended up losing to the Orlando Magic in the second round. This was clearly a part of Jordan's 18 months absence. The next season, Jordan participated in team training passionately and won 72 games in the regular season, while Jordan was able to recover his lost pride by achieving the regular season's MVP. After that, he will finally win the finals again. Utah Jazz continued to retain its prowess in the next season and achieved a high percentage of wins in the finals. They led their team to victory by playing buzzer beater in the first round. However, despite suffering from food poisoning in the fifth game, Jordan showed good performance and won sixth game in the succession, achieving his fifth career championship title. After suffering from discord with the front office of the team in the 97-98 season, Pippen decided to undergo surgery during the season due to his dissatisfaction with his salary, and the Bulls started off playing poorly at the beginning of season. However, as Bulls adapted to the lineup without Pippen, Bulls eventually beat Indiana in the Eastern Conference to take the top spot again. In the 1998 playoffs, New Jersey Nets and Indiana Pacers struggled a lot, but ultimately won. The final opponent was Utah Jazz. There were concerns of physical exhaustion against the Utah Jazz, but they led the series and eventually achieved their second three-peat, featuring the famous "The Last Shot" in Game 6. Jordan is retiring for second time, applauded by basketball fans.
That's where the story ends, but Jordan will continue to return to the Washington Wizards after his retirement to revive the popularity of basketball, which has declined since his retirement. He was a player who had unlimited passion and love for basketball, not just his skills. Jordan, who show off his all-star skills at the age of 40, was also a player who worked harder than anyone else on the court. As such, The Last Dance is not just an entertainment sports documentary, but a work where you can learn the attitude of engaging in something and the spirit of challenging yourself. Why don't you watch it?